the man called Netanyahu, the magician of power. On October 7, 2023, Hamas launched a surprise attack and kidnapped a total of 251 Israelis. Through negotiations and military operations, 148 hostages were rescued, and 44 bodies were returned to Israel. As of May 2025, 58 people are still being held hostage, and Israeli intelligence believes that 20 of them are still alive. As we've discussed before, Israel is a country that conducts extremely thorough self-examinations after every war. But with hostages still in Hamas's hands, can this war really end now, at this moment? Given how the Israeli system works, today, we'll dive into the man leading Israel through the heart of this crisis. Let's begin the journey together. The longest-serving prime minister, ever, in Israeli politics, there's one name you just can't escape, Bibi, real name, Benjamin Netanyahu, but everyone calls him Bibi, because we've seen him for that long. When you say prime minister in Israel, you basically picture Bibi's face etched in stone. He's not just been around forever, he's been indicted, ousted, and still came back. People ask, how does this guy always survive? Let's find out. Special Forces to Ivy League. Bibi isn't your average politician. He served in Sayeret Motkol, Israel's top-tier special forces. Real missions, real danger. His older brother, Yonatan Netanyahu, was killed in the famous 1976 Entebbe raid, while rescuing hostages. That changed Bibi. He took the torch and became even tougher. Then, he went to the US, MIT for architecture and economics, Harvard too. Basically, the full American elite package. There's even video of him speaking perfect English. Middle East conflict, you get the vibe. Future diplomat energy. Youngest prime minister in town. In 1996, at just 46, he became Israel's youngest PM. The slogan, Strong Bibi. Bibi wins. And yeah, he won. He played the security card, saying the peace path of Rabin and Peres was risky. But politics? It's not just about strength. 3 years later, boom, he's out. Still, this man? He doesn't go quietly. Return of the comeback king. Fast forward to 2009. Bibi's back in power. And this time, he stays. 15 years straight. Longest serving prime minister in Israeli history. He owns the stage. Says things like, we must rely only on ourselves. Iran is building a nuclear bomb. Palestinians won't even recognize us. That becomes the Bibi brand. Strong Israel. Security first. But here's the real question, how does he keep surviving? The answer? Political wizardry. The grand coalition magician. No party in Israel ever wins an outright majority. So every government has to be a coalition. And Bibi? He'll team up with anyone. Right-wing extremists? Ultra-Orthodox parties? Sure, bring 'em in. There's this one story. In 2019, he failed to win a majority. So next election, he promised to ease Sabbath transport restrictions, just to get ultra-Orthodox support. They backed him. People went, wait, that party too? Yep, Bibi knows how to make unlikely alliances. And he does it again and again. Every political crisis, new coalition. Power intact. Palestinians? Block, not talk. For Bibi, Palestinians aren't partners for peace. He doesn't really do the two-state solution thing. Instead, build more settlements. Put up more security walls. If Hamas fires a rocket, flatten Gaza. It's not about negotiation. It's containment. The world criticizes him. You've gone too far. This is a humanitarian disaster. Bibi's response? Israel must survive. I'm protecting this country. And guess what? Many Israelis, especially conservatives, agree. War and politics. The Hamas attack. October 7, 2023. Hamas launches a surprise attack from Gaza. Hundreds killed. Hundreds taken hostage. Israel's in shock. And the people ask, why weren't we warned? Didn't you see this coming? Bibi says nothing, at first. Then, he declares all-out war. Airstrikes. Infrastructure cut off. Troops on the ground. This is a war for our very existence, he says. But over time, the backlash grows. What about the hostages? This war's dragging on too long. Is he using it to distract from his trial, judicial reform or legal escape plan? Yep, Bibi's on trial, bribery, fraud, breach of trust. So what does he do? He pulls out the judicial reform card. On the surface, the courts have too much power. They're hurting democracy. But the whispers grow louder. Wait, is this just to dodge his own trial? Protests erupt. Reservists refuse duty. Startups pack up and leave. The economy wobbles. The streets spoil. But Bibi? Calm as ever. I'm protecting the nation, he says. The diplomatic showman. On the international stage, Bibi shines. His bromance with Trump? Legendary. He got the US to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Helped broker the Abraham Accords with Arab states. Iran? His favorite target. He constantly warns they're building nukes. In 2015, he even went over Obama's head and gave a solo speech to the US Congress, bashing the Iran deal. It was a global moment. Bibi in the spotlight. But now he's been left off the guest list. Spring 2025. Donald Trump takes a victory lap through the Middle East. Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar. He clinks glasses with Crown Prince MBS. Signs a $140 billion arms deal. And Israel, nowhere to be seen. Netanyahu? Not even mentioned. Wait, did everyone just hang out without me? Israeli officials are scrambling. We've always been America's closest ally. Why weren't we invited? Trump used to be Bibi's guy. He gave him Jerusalem, the Golan Heights, those sweet normalization deals. But this time, he cozies up to Saudi, lifts sanctions on Syria, reopens talks with Iran. From Israel's view, it's like watching your best friend become someone else's best man. When even Trump seems distant. Publicly, Bibi says, me and Trump? Still tight. But his face says otherwise. Saudi deals threaten Israel's military edge. Syria's back in play, meaning more Iranian influence. And the Iran nuclear deal? That's Israel's red line. Media headlines scream, Trump's new Middle East, no Bibi required. What's the next trick? Magician? Bibi's not new to crises, so he plays his usual cards. Iran's going nuclear. We must prepare for war. Our survival is at stake. Cue the security alarm. Rally the people. But will it work this time? Hamas war fatigue. Judicial reform backlash. Young Israelis are tuning him out. And worst of all, if Trump's no longer in his corner, where does Bibi go next? The magician meets a new reality. For years, Bibi survived every crisis like a magic act. Bribery scandals, coalition magic, war criticism, security speech spell, legal threats, judicial sleight of hand. But now, the game has changed. The world has shifted. Public mood has shifted. And even his old friends are looking elsewhere. Maybe for the first time, Bibi isn't in control of the stage. Finale. The man's name is Netanyahu. He's still standing, but the spotlight's starting to dim. Off stage, Trump is toasting with MBS. So, is this the end? Or does the magician have one last trick up his sleeve? Stay tuned. The show isn't over yet. In Israeli politics, it never is.